We did play with those ideas. The Sandman's finale left us hoping for a death-centric spin-off episode, says the Sandman's denouement, which follows the endless siblings one day off every century, revolves around the Reaper herself. She encounters a suicidal journalist named Sexton, played by Colin Morgan from Merlin, and despite his doubts that she is not nuts, they end up spending the day together. A trip to a club, a period of hostage-taking, a cab ride through the park, and the acquisition of Mad Hetty's soul, which the elderly woman had slipped into a locket years prior but had forgotten along the way, are among the events that take place during their 24-hour hangout. At the conclusion of the hour, Death, or the human form of her, passes away and goes back to her world. However, she has succeeded in making Sexton understand that life is worthwhile in the end. We watch him develop a deep bond with a woman he met at the club. In the frequently gloomy and somber fantasy series, Death is a hilarious and enjoyable character, and Kirby Howell-Baptiste portrays her with a charming warmth. I wanted to know if there had ever been any discussion about Death getting her own series, spin-off, or volume when I spoke with executive producer Alan Heinberg. Always, he replied. In Season 1, we discussed the possibility of a Death spin-off when we were feeling really ambitious. The topic of Joanna Constantine was discussed. We discussed pairing the Corinthian with Joanna Constantine or Boyd in the Corinthian. We were ecstatic at the prospect of using more of these characters in future works. The TV show had to maintain Tom Sturridge's dream at its core, even if the comics that The Sandman is based on had the luxury of divergence. The Sandman show was mostly centered around Dream, as we discovered in Season 1. Therefore, we were limited to using other characters because they added to Dream's narrative. Heinberg clarified, we couldn't interrupt his story to go and tell a Corinthian story or Johanna Constantine's story. We did play with those ideas, Heinberg continues, acknowledging that his Netflix series would have required staggering Stranger Things success in order to justify spin-offs. It was more of a wish fulfillment, but they never actually made much progress. To keep everyone around, we wanted more possibilities.